Sorry, I just took a shower, so my hair looks a little wet. But at least I'm all clean. So, from what I've been hearing, the Hillary supporters are more violent and more aggressive than the Trump supporters ever were. But that's none of my business. Oh my god. That was terrible. Okay. Anyway. Oh, that was good. Okay. Anyway. So, Trump won as president, arguably by a landslide. Because Hillary was not even close to winning this. The states that she won were just so small compared to all the states that Trump won. Texas, Florida, basically all of America he won. And anything Hillary won was just a little tiny Rhode Island, Pennsylvania, New Jersey, whatever. I don't even think she won New Jersey. California was the only one that matters, which sucks because California is now branded as a Hillary state. Great, that's where I need to live in. And everybody was shocked. Wow, Donald Trump won. I watched CNN all day, and they always said Hillary was gonna win. Trump had no way of winning. Hillary was just far better, even though she was a criminal and did all this illegal things under the political blanket, blah, blah, blah. She's obviously a better candidate than a businessman called Donald Trump. Like I said, I did not vote. I definitely do not support Hillary. I don't support a criminal. And I don't support Donald Trump. But after this whole election and always hearing, oh, Hillary is the best. Hillary's going to win. Donald Trump has no way of winning. After hearing all that for like a year, it just gives me that feeling of I told you so to all those Hillary supporters who are right now outside in the streets protesting, saying, fuck Donald Trump. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. When you're protesting something, 100% of the time, protesting means you are gathered in a place trying to spread a message while being nice. What's another word? Nice, safe, non-aggressive, to try to get your message across the public. When people go out in groups, blocking traffic, screaming obscenities like fuck Donald Trump over and over and over, you're not protesting. You guys are having a little tantrum like a 5-year-old has. When you start saying stuff like that, fuck Donald Trump, fuck whatever, because that's all it is. If you want to protest, that's fine. You can sit in a corner somewhere with your little signs and saying something that's not fuck Donald Trump, because that is not going to get your message across, and it's not going to get across anyway, because the only reason people are doing this is because they seriously think that Donald Trump is going to do everything that he said he was going to do, like building a wall or deporting everyone who was illegal. No. Get that shit out of my house. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. If you think anything that Donald Trump said that was so aggro, like building a wall, is going to happen, then you are just as stupid as you thought a Trump supporter was. The Hillary supporters are the problem here. Hillary was the problem, and she lost. Thank God. The Hillary supporters are more violent and more aggressive. As you can see, the protests are insane. They're just causing a disturbance of the peace at this point. These people of this year do not know what protesting is. That's why they are so violent and aggressive when they protest, blocking the streets, blocking cars, screaming foul language to get their point across when you're supposed to do it peacefully and being safe. Because God forbid, if someone I knew who was stupid enough to go to a protest and for some reason or whatever, anyone has a gun and starts spraying over the protesters, and now my friend who felt the need to protest is now dead for like no reason, because this protest is doing nothing at all. People are laughing at you. Oh God. People are laughing at you. People are just pointing while they're sitting back like this. They're sitting back, drinking from their soda. And saying, wow, look at these idiots. Thinking that they're going to change something by being aggressive and rowdy and spewing foul language, trying to get their point across. Oh my God. It drives me insane. It drives me insane how people are so stupid. And, you know, they really think they're doing something. They really think that someone's going to look at this and say, hey, yeah, Donald Trump, we should not elect him. Let me tell you something. There have been worse presidents in the past that people willingly voted for without this much controversy that's happening right now. People voted for George Bush willingly and happily. What happened? What happened with George Bush? Well, but people wanted him in. People were happy that he was in. People didn't protest that, oh, George Bush is the devil, we don't want him. And then look what happened. So, you guys are counting your chickens way before anything is going on. Because here's a news flash. Donald Trump isn't president yet. I'm sorry to tell you. Nothing is going to happen until next year. In case you guys didn't know, he's going to be president next year. Obama is still president at this point in time. So all that little protesting you're doing, like, oh, stop the wall, oh, immigration, is falling on deaf ears, especially with how poorly you guys are getting the message across. Because it's supposed to be a safe and peaceful protest, not an aggressive, rowdy protest. Ugh. But, yeah, next year, Trump will be inaugurated into presidency. At that point, when he does his first thing, whatever, when a wall is actually being built, like you actually see the first brick being built of the wall, then you can start protesting, because at that point, something is actually happening caused by Trump. Nothing has happened by Trump because he is not president yet. He has not had the chance to do anything. Nothing has changed, and nothing will not change, because we have a system in place to prevent the president from doing anything outrageous like this. Anything you heard Donald Trump say. I love this 10-minute thing. I don't know why my camera does that. Anything Donald Trump said he was going to do is not going to pass the system in place. You can have the freaking devil himself elected as president. With the power of a president, even the devil, even the devil cannot make the world his own way through the power of a president, because they can get denied, they can get vetoed of anything they want if it's too crazy. And everything Donald Trump has said is way too crazy to pass the bill and actually have it be put into motion. People don't realize that. And it's just amazing, because people thought Trump supporters were the bad thing. But now the Hillary supporters or the anti-Trump people are out there causing trouble, causing havoc in the streets, saying things like "fuck Donald Trump," because that's a really nice way to get your message across. Fuck Donald Trump, we want peace and love, but we're gonna, whatever. It is what it is. As long as they don't fuck things up, which they should have at this point, because people are bitching and complaining so much about Donald Trump. This is all they have to do. Just protest and, march and block traffic instead of like riots or something. How about some LA riots? If you guys were that upset and distraught from Donald Trump, you guys said you were going to leave the country if Donald Trump won. Guess what? Everybody's here. Everybody is here right now. All those celebrities, all the people on Facebook. Oh, I'm going to leave the country if Donald Trump. No, you guys are still here in your apartment that you can barely afford, because you are stuck here and you're going to accept it. You are not leaving. You cannot afford to leave. You do not have the plan in mind to leave this country, because if people just want attention. Oh, I'm going to leave the country if Donald Trump. Oh, God. I think the worst part of it is, I thought this was going to be over. I thought once Donald Trump won, everybody was just going to be silent. And that's another point that I want to make, is that these protests are happening because those people are too stubborn to sit down and say, you know what, I was wrong. I was wrong about everything. I was going for the wrong person, a criminal with all this dirty laundry, compared to Donald Trump, which is basically just moral values at this point. How to treat women, blah, 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 how to run a business. He's a business guy. There's no businessman in history that does what they do, make billions of dollars by being honest and nice and kind. No, you have to backstab people. You have to be dishonest. You have to lie. You cannot hold somebody down like that, making billions of dollars by just, being a businessman. It's like being a lawyer. You can't crucify a lawyer for doing his job. That's what he needs to do in order to succeed and make a living in life. And that's 100% of the reason why everybody hated Donald Trump, because he did all that stuff as a businessman. Meanwhile, Hillary Clinton did all this shit under the political blanket, thinking that she was safe. The emails, Benghazi, Saudis. Oh, God. I should not have chugged that Pepsi. It's not good. All that stuff. And people really expected her to win as a criminal. That's one thing I hope that Donald Trump say that happens. I hope they put that bitch in jail. Because Jesus Christ, she is a criminal. And thank God we didn't have a criminal as a president. Think about that. People would rather have a criminal than a businessman who's just being a businessman. And I was saying something. The protesters, they just don't want to admit, I was wrong. I'm just going to sit down and accept the fact that I was wrong and I voted for the wrong person. But instead, they're going to go out there like a dog and so, yap, 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 yap. I wasn't wrong.
People who voted for Donald Trump, they suck. Fuck Donald Trump. I was never wrong. I voted for the right person. This is not the way I imagined everything.
God. So like I said, they're just being babies at this point. They don't want to admit that they were wrong and all that stuff. So they're out there protesting for whatever reason, because you know it's never ever going to lead to anything. You're not going to change the president. You're not going to redo the election. That's it. You're done. You're wasting your time. You obviously have nothing better to do than to go outside for hours or for the whole day saying fuck Donald Trump. I don't get it. Why waste your time? Don't you have a job? Don't you have friends? You can be doing anything else besides being outside in the hot weather, mind you, yelling fuck Donald Trump with your little signs and marching and blocking traffic for no reason. Do you really have nothing better to do? Did you not get an NES Classic System? You could be playing that right now. I have it. And it's fun. I didn't vote for Trump. But I'm very excited to see what he's going to do as president. Hopefully this will end soon by like Christmas time, where everybody is going to be helpful. I mean, not helpful. Happy and joyful. And there's no wall. Thanksgiving's coming too, so you can eat all you want and, you know, be thankful.
I'm thankful that Donald Trump is president.
Oh well. I'm just gonna live my life until something that is actually going to happen actually happens. Because right now nothing's happening. The only thing that's happening is the protesters. That's the only thing that's wrong in this world right now, is the protesters for Donald Trump causing trouble, disturbing the peace. That's all it is right now. So that's my thought on it. I hope you guys, well, I mean, a lot of people voted for Trump, obviously. So half of the people who watch this, you know, the 5 people, you're going to be like, yeah, let's see what Donald Trump's going to do. Because I voted for him. I did vote for him. But, you know, people voted for him. Yeah. I got this nice shirt. I got it from Hot Topic. It's a Ruby shirt. But I like Ruby. But I have not even watched season 3. I'm terrible. I know season 4 is out. I know that Yang lost a hand or something. I know that they all split apart. Ruby's with John Ark and, you know, Boopy Girl. But yeah. That's all I have to say. I'm going to drink the rest of my Pepsi. And I'm going to show you this box. Look at that box. Nice.